And a big thank you to Desert Financial Credit Union for sponsoring our KRIM Community Spotlight program. Happy Monday, everyone. That's right, welcome back to the work week. It's Monday, but a beautiful day out there. So hope you're enjoying your morning and that you had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Well, this morning on our Community Spotlight program, we're going to be talking about Aspire Arizona Foundation. We have Mr. Paul Brocker in the studio. Good morning, Paul.
Good morning, Chris.
And also one of the students, we have Cody Clyburn. How you doing? I couldn't get it for a second, but got it back. And how are you doing this morning, Cody?
Good, how are you?
Hey, doing great. So you're a senior at the high school?
Yeah, senior at Payson High School.
Nice. And how long, I guess, have you been involved with the Aspire Arizona Foundation?
So I've been doing the Aspire classes since junior year. I had English 101 last year, English 101 and English 102 last year, and now I'm taking 2 over the 1. So I had 1 last year, now I'm taking 2 this year.
So this is great for those that have not heard about the Aspire Arizona Foundation, the program, what it is. Paul, you're going to be sharing with everyone about that, but just basically you have the ability, and other students at the high school, to take college classes while you're in high school.
Yeah, the ability to get ahead and take your total amount of college credit hours you need. Like I have 18 college credit hours now. Wow. That I'm ahead into my associate's degree.
That is wonderful. So Paul, can you just share with the listeners and viewers, those watching on Facebook, those that haven't heard about the Aspire program, just what it is, how it got started, history about it?
Sure, be happy to. Aspire Arizona Foundation initially filed for nonprofit status back in 2013, and were granted our nonprofit and everything in about a year later. And our whole, since the beginning, our whole focus has been in trying to find ways to help local students get a head start or help them a little bit as they explore the option of college. And so in 2016, when we came across the dual enrollment programs, we started at that point to begin to fundraise and do some work to help students take those dual enrollment courses. And basically those courses allow them to get both high school and college credit. And that's, as Cody was just saying, the students can get a number of college credits before they get out of high school, which helps their families and everyone else lower their cost for a college education. So our goal every year is to raise enough funds, as I say, we've been doing this since 2016, to raise enough funds to allow the students who want to take dual enrollment courses, and as high school students, and we also do homeschool students, so that they can take dual enrollment courses, and then Aspire Arizona Foundation pays that tuition for them.
And those, again, listening, if you want to learn even more about the program, the website is aspirearizona.com, and what I love on the website, it has video testimonials from students or about students, their experience, also people that have contributed to Aspire Arizona, that have donated to this wonderful program over the years, because that's how it's paid for, right? That's how these classes are paid for?
Well, as I say, it's we have an all-volunteer board. There's 11 members of the board, and they're all Payson residents, and all do this on a volunteer basis. And so, what our goal every year, again, is depending on the number of students, is to be sure we're able to raise enough money to cover the expenses and so on for those students. And it's a very simple process for people, because they can go to our website and make a gift, or they can just send in a gift, on their own, a check to us at 431 South Beeline Highway, Suite 1, and just attention Aspire Arizona Foundation. And again, the nice part about it is that because we are all volunteers, because we have very low expenses, we have 100% really of any donation goes right to the students.
That's great. So now, Cody, you're a senior this year. Have you decided where you want to go to college, or have you committed anywhere?
Yeah, I haven't committed, but I have been accepted to NAU and gotten the Lumberjack Scholarship headed there.
Nice.
Yeah. So what I've come to notice on these like applications, like going to apply, is that a lot of the applications now ask if you have taken a dual enrollment class, and if you have and you've taken multiple, it looks really good on your application to get accepted more often.
Wow.
Yeah.
I know over the years, interviewing different students that have participated, been a part of Aspire Arizona, there are so many benefits for the students. You just pointed out one that I hadn't heard before, from the students, which is great. I mean, that you have that like extra, boost, or
Yeah.
just, you're being looked at now when applying at these universities, and they see that. They see, wow, you have 18 credits.
Yeah.
Coming in. So you're serious about school, your education, you're committed. That definitely is a big help.
Yeah, it really does help you when you're doing these applications. I think it's especially for the in-state colleges like ASU, GCU, NAU,
Gotcha.
U of A.
I know, did Emmy Whaley, did she go to NAU?
Yes.
I think she went to NAU as well, and I remember one of the stories she shared. Have you done your orientation yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. In her orientation, I remember her sharing that she talked to other students from around the state and out of state as well, and shared with them her experience with the Aspire Arizona Foundation program, how many credits she had earned, and it was at no cost to her family.
Yeah.
And they were just amazed, these other students. They said, oh my gosh, we don't have anything like that.
Yeah. Well, one of the things, I've tried to go out and look around in communities and things like that and try to find something similar, to what Aspire Arizona Foundation is. And we haven't, a number of us on the board have, kind of wondered if we're unique in any way. You always wonder, especially when you start something in a smaller town, and you think, well, are we copying something? Are we doing something? And I can't find anything that is similar to what we're doing as a nonprofit by all volunteers within the community, setting this up to help the local students. So we're proud about that. But what we're really proud about is we're the board, but who really makes this happen are our donors, and we've been very fortunate. We have a good amount of donors that have stepped forward here in the community to help us, and they're repeat donors. They come back and help each year and things like that, and that's critical to us, because one of the things that we have to do as a public charity is we have to maintain a certain amount of broad community support. And so when somebody says, well, I'm only going to be able to do $100 or something, that's perfect, because that's broad community support for us. And we do pursue other foundations and things like that, but the reality is that we'd like to get 35–40% of our annual effort right out of the community here, and then larger foundations who like what we're doing step up and help us as well. So it's really important that our friends here in Payson continue to support us so that we can continue to support the students.
And it's an incredible program that has helped. How many students?
At this moment, we've 562 students have gone through the program in one form or another, and we have students that take 1 to 5 class, or 1 to 5 credits, or 1 to 6 credits, and then we have like Cody, 18 credits, and then we've had, I think it's 9, but I'm not sure. We've had 9 students actually finish their associate degree at the same time they're finishing their high school degree.
Wow.
So, but again, and all those students did not pay any tuition. We were able to pay that tuition again because of our donors and the people in this community who have been so generous to us.
Mm-hmm. And approximately how much money has that been then?
Well, basically, since 2016, we've paid tuition for about almost 2,400 classes of about 400,000.
Wow. Wow, that's a big impact.
Yes.
Real big impact. So now, Cody, you're planning on going to NAU. What is your major?
So yeah, I still got some time to decide, but
Mhm.
I'm leaning towards exercise science and the physical therapy program they have there.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I've been through an injury myself recently, and I've seen, like, it's opened my eyes to stuff that happens and like the jobs that are available and types of stuff that I like to do.
Mm.
So yeah, the physical therapy program down here especially has opened my eyes to
Okay.
couple
I got you. That's what was it, Scott Nossick down
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
And who else?
Tenny.
Tenny,
Dr.
Jared,
Yeah.
Dr. Yeah, Tenny. That's right. So by having these credits, is there anything else that like you feel that you've benefited? It's benefited you or helped you in different ways?
Yeah. So I was looking into what it takes to actually get your physical therapy license, or like
Mhm.
to be a physical therapist. You have to have your bachelor's degree of physical therapy, and then do a program of physical therapy after.
Mhm.
So it's helped me, one, get a leg up on time, like how much time it would take to get through the bachelor's degree first and then get into my program. But it would also help me get into the program, actually, because you have to apply to get into the program at
Wow.
NAU. So these dual enrollment classes just show, and your like GPA with it shows what type of student you are, and what, if you're given an opportunity, what you can do with it. And it's something that colleges look at, the programs look at. It's a huge help.
Mm. Oh, yeah, and I know, again, talking to students over the years, confidence as well. By having taken college courses, now you're going off to NAU, and it is a jump from high school to college, but you already have 18 credits under your belt that you've taken, and so you have a really good idea of what to expect.
Yeah.
There.
It does give you I guess you can transition easily onto the college like courses, and like what a college course looks like, and the expectations of what a college course looks like. It's very different from a high school course in the fact that it's, in some cases it's more lenient, but there's a lot more expectations that come with being a college student and taking this money that you've spent, or in this case Aspire spent, and using it to get your education.
Mm. Yeah, it is a case where you don't have teachers, over you or telling you, how to do things exactly with the instructions.
Yeah, more on your own.
You're more on your own, so you have to figure that out. And so by taking these dual enrollment classes, you've got to experience that firsthand.
Thank you. I've gotten a good look on what college, the workload and all the expectations come with it.
All right. Well, great. If you're just tuning in or just started watching our live stream on Facebook, we're talking to Paul Brocker with Aspire Arizona Foundation, and one of the students that benefits from this program, Cody Clyburn. And again, Paul, 562 students to date have received assistance.
Yes, it was. It's the number actually surprises us even as we continue on. I mean, this fall semester we have 101 students in class, and so that alone, and a number of those, when we tally up and the number of 562 is unduplicated, not just numbers of students who have at one point or another taken a dual enrollment course that Aspire has paid for. And I think one of the things that's really, valuable in this program, and I think as it has evolved, it's sort of made us realize, is that it also gives students, now we fully understand that not all students will go on to college, and many should go do other things. We understand that. But one of the things that, because of Aspire's work, that students can do is they can at least test it out.
Yes.
And so they can take a 3-hour course, or they can take an English 1 or an English 2, some of those general education courses that are going to they're going to be required to take if they go on to college or go on to a 4-year school anyway, and they can get a feel if this is really the direction they want to go. And if they don't, there's other programs like NAVIT and other programs that the students then can move on and go do the different kinds of things in their careers. So that has become kind of what I look at as a sort of a side benefit of a student enrolling in an Aspire in a dual enrollment course that Aspire will cover. At no cost to them or their family, they can explore a little bit and see what might be right for them.
That is a great point. I remember, I forget who the student was, but they had mentioned that they thought they wanted to go into a certain area or a field, but then they got into it and decided, nah, that's really not for me. I would like to do something different. And it was great to be able to have that opportunity, like you're saying, in high school, rather than in college.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, I think that's just, when you get into something like this, and at the board, we're always learning, new. I mean, initially it was, oh, that's a great idea, and now we realize, that I think it's having more impact than any of us thought when we started it, when we started doing this back in 2016, because again, the local families have a chance to explore. And some may say, yeah, college is great, and that's where I want to do it. And we've had a number of students. In fact, we have a number of students who are now in graduate school who have started in the Aspire program way back in 2016 or 2017. But we also have a lot of students who decided that wasn't for them and who moved on to the trades or something like that. But they at least had a chance to explore.
So again, the major you're looking at is
Exercise science.
Exercise science.
Yeah.
Before you chose this, were you thinking of something else, or do you have an idea of maybe what you wanted to go to school for? Or?
Yeah, so I always knew that I wanted to go to a university and have the college experience, having that life experience of college. I didn't necessarily know what I wanted to study, or if somebody asked me, what do you want to do? I'd be, I don't know. I was one of those kids, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Before Aspire, before I took the dual enrollment class, I didn't even know what college looked like, what a college course looked like, or what the workload expectation was, how it was different from high school. I knew there was a lot more freedom that came with college, but I didn't know necessarily what the freedom looked like. But as I've gotten, as I've gotten through the program, I've realized that it's becoming more real. I've actually have real credits, real college hours, and it becomes more real. And it's kind of pushed me into looking more into what I want to do and what it would take to get there.
So what caused you to start taking the dual enrollment classes or enroll in Aspire?
Yeah, so I think it was due to testing. I scored a good test score on I think it's the one where they they give you a test, and then they test you into what classes you could take. And I qualified for a lot of college courses, so I was talked to and encouraged to take a college course, and I did, and I took English 101 and English 102, and I realized that it wasn't as difficult to achieve as people would make it seem. It's more of if you have the will to do it, and if it's something you want to do, it's definitely achievable. And to do it at no cost was definitely the game changer. If it would have cost me money, I probably wouldn't have done it. But since it was free and it was college credits, I did it, and something that I'm glad I did.
And that's really cool. Cody's a great example. Even if you don't know what you want your major to be, the career you want to go into, recognizing the benefit of getting prerequisites out of the way, getting some college credits under your belt. So when you do decide, when you kind of figure it out and say, you know what, this is what I want to go to school for, or this is what I want my career to be, you have a great head start.
No, that's, I think that's what we found is that, like I say, we've had students do a wide range, fall in a wide range of categories, you know,
Yes.
in terms of how much dual enrollment they did and so on. But I think Cody's a fairly typical example because we get a good portion of our students, I would say close to half, do get to the 10 to 20 credit range. And as I said earlier, we've had a few that 9, or I think it's 9, that have, you know, actually been able to complete their associate's degree. But the idea of getting that experience early, I think helps with the decision-making process. And as I mentioned earlier, this is all because of our donors. And you know, we have a really kind of unique situation this year, one we're very happy about, of course. We have a longtime donor has been supportive of Aspire really since we began, approached us and indicated that they would like to do a $10,000 matching grant give to us this year. And what that means is that new gifts this year, or current or previous donors that increased their gift this year, that increase and that new gift will be matched until we get to $10,000. So that gives us a great opportunity, as I said earlier, to try and expand that local public support that we're required to do under the way we're chartered as a public charity. So that's a huge thing. We're so thankful to that donor, and so if somebody, for instance, is listening to this, haven't given us anything in the past, but think it's worth their time, then, you know, if they send $100 in, basically that to us, that 100 becomes 200.
Wow, that's great. And now there's also another way that you raise funds for this program, and it's through your annual golf tournament.
Correct. We started a golf tournament about 3 years ago for a couple of reasons. One, of course, is to raise some additional dollars, and in addition to give, you know, maybe businesses a chance to help us out a little bit and things like that. And it's been very nice, very successful. We had over 30 businesses sponsor holes last year for us. Again, just really helpful to us as we move forward. And these special event type funds help us also with that public support. So all those things are very important to it. This year we've held our tournament the last couple of years in August, but we kind of fought the monsoons, so we've shifted it off to September 14th this year. And at the Payson Golf Course, and the Payson Golf Course has been wonderful and very supportive of our efforts. So as we get closer to that, we'll be back to encourage people to join and play, and businesses to, you know, help us with hole sponsors and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Payson Golf Club, Bob Jackson, Bobby Davis, Brad Crabtree, they're doing a great job out there with all the different nonprofits, organizations in town that do fundraising tournaments out there. It's just a great way, a fun way to raise money for an organization.
Well, it is nice for us too, because we have kind of that unique opportunity to bring our students out. The students come out. Cody did it a couple of years ago, I think. He wasn't able to help us last year, but the students come out, and as the players come in, the students take their bags and take them to the golf carts and get them their information and, you know, those kinds of things. And we found after the tournament that that's the highlight of the tournament for all of the people who are playing and so on. They get a chance to actually see where their dollars are going and the students that they're impacting.
No, that is, it's great. I know last year there were quite a few students out there, and each year there's quite a few participating and
Yes.
helping out.
Yeah, it's we refer to all of our students as Aspire Scholars, and so we have the students are out there in their Aspire Scholar T-shirt and going around talking to donors and letting donors know how much that support has helped them and helped the community at large.
Mm-hmm. So now, Cody, have you had the opportunity to talk to any peers, or do you have any younger siblings that you've talked to or shared this program with?
Yeah, so I have all my my friends were seniors. All my friends they do dual enrollment to their own. Like there's a wide range of people who do it.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my friends, it actually has way more credits than I do. I think they're upwards of 40 credits.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I have a couple of friends who are just now doing it this year,
Mhm.
just to get ahead. A lot of friends are taking advantage of the summer and like off winter semesters.
Mm-hmm.
So during summer they do the same deal. Like if you do a summer class, it's totally free and you get the college credit. So a lot of my friends just now took advantage of it and started to realize that it was saving them a lot of money to do it, and they started to do the online summer, and are doing it this year as well.
Mm-hmm. And your parents, when you told them you were going to do this, they must have been pretty happy about it as well.
Yeah, yeah. My dad, and I was pretty happy. He's always told me that I better get a scholarship because he doesn't know he's gonna be able to pay for it. But they're very thrilled that I've gotten money saved, money that can go into their pockets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is great. Great for the parents, for the students. Great program all around. Again, the website, if you want to learn more, find out more information, is aspirearizona.com. And also, through the website, you can find out how to give to the program. There's right on the top, Give Now, and donation button, volunteer as well. And you also look for volunteers to help out with the program?
Yes, well, most of what we do is done by the board, but things like golf tournament and mailings we do and things like that. If someone wants to help out, we can find some ways for them to do that. We also do a lot of I guess I'll call them public events, and where we're ourselves, board members or volunteers, we are at public events. We were at the health fair recently, again the biggest challenge I think in a program like this is to make both students and parents aware of this, and so we work very hard to try to be out in the public at various events and things like that, and hand out our brochures and make we have a couple of brochures, one for parents specifically on how their student can get involved in the program, the process, and then we have a general brochure that for the public and for people or donors that might want to find out more about us. And I can send any of that information to people. They just have to email me at paul@aspirearizona.org.
All right, great. And also all the donor levels, it's all broken out on the website, so you can see the impact that your
Correct.
donation has for the students. So, well, thank you so much. It's 10:30. It goes that quick. I know, half an hour just flies by, but thank you so much for coming on this morning, Cody.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, and thank you, Paul.
Thank you. We appreciate the time.
Oh, you're so welcome, and thank you for all that you do and the other board members for the students, our students here in Rim Country. That's great.
It's our pleasure. Thank you.
All right, well, time to get back to the music here on KRIM with Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. and Dobie Gray, and more. But first, let's get a quick update from the National Weather Service.
With this morning's KRIM weather forecast, rotates to the surrounding areas, unknown chance